This conference will now be recorded.
Importance of time frame is correlation of time frames. It is nothing but the correlation of time frames. Correlation of time frame means what? Two or more time frames are correlated to get accurate trades. So what are the time frames? You have highest time frame as yearly chart. Highest time frame is yearly chart. Next comes next time frame is quarterly. Next is monthly. Next is weekly. Next is daily. Next is H3, and last one is H1. So we have, these are the time frames, different time frames. 15-minute chart is also there, but it is for scalping. Positional trader and investor or intraday trader. Intraday trader is a different. He is not like scalping, but he has own concept. Correct? Now, intraday traders, see, investors, they take safe trades. Positional trader also takes safe trades. Swing traders takes little risk level. Then intraday trader little more risk level, and scalping is a risky activity. Means you have to get in and out immediately. So yearly. Now, what is that? When you are trader, what is the role of a trader? He has to analyze the stock, and third is he has to act accordingly. He has to act, means he has to take the position. Means suppose if I feel that he has to act or take the position, means there is analyzing part, and then he can take a trade. So analyzing is important. So feeling should come that this stock is going to rise or this stock is going to fall. That feeling should come. That feeling is nothing but the analyzing stock. Means you should feel that the stock is going to fall or the stock is going to rise. Means here when it was trading SBI, one minute, SBI, when it was trading at particular price, example this price, I got a feeling that stock is going to rise, and it has started rising. So that feeling, coming feeling means you have to learn the analyzing techniques. So analyzing is a one part, and executing a trade is another part. So when SAIL is one of the company, Steel Authority of India, when it was trading at 52, I got a feeling that stock will fall and started coming down. Then ICICI Prudential, when it has reached to particular level, lower level, I got feeling that stock is going to rise. So you have to check whether the when Nifty was trading at higher level, I got a feeling that Nifty will fall. Bank Nifty was trading at a certain level, Nifty Bank trading at certain level. I got a feeling that it can come down. So that feelings, you should get the feeling. If you are getting the feeling as per weekly chart, if you are getting a feeling as per weekly chart, to come in to get a feeling, you require to study these indicators. That is another part of this course. Next part of the course, you should know the indicators well, how it should be calculated. But feeling is as per weekly chart, then your trade execution is as per H3 chart. Means analyzing is as per weekly chart, then execution will be as per its corresponding lower time frame chart. Means what are the higher time frame and lower time frame? Yearly is correlated with monthly. Yearly is correlated with monthly. Quarterly is correlated with weekly. Monthly is correlated with daily. Weekly is correlated with H3 and daily is correlated with H1. So this is the one step down. Means yearly is correlated with monthly. Quarterly is correlated weekly. Monthly is correlated with daily. Weekly is correlated with H3 and daily is correlated with H1. One step down. Suppose if you feel that feeling, how to come into feeling, that is another part that we will study. But why the charts are two time frames are important? Because if you observe one single chart, that will not be so useful. Means if you are observing only this chart, one chart only, if you are observing one chart, you won't get proper feeling. You can able to analyze, but you cannot able to trade. So when you when one observes single chart, he can able to analyze this stock is going to come to this level, or this stock will rise to this level. If it comes to this level, then and it do not sustain, then it can go down. If it sustain above this level, then can go up. That person can able to make a feeling, but with a single chart. But whether it will take a support or not, whether the stock will come to this level or not, or if it comes to this level, then whether it will rise or not. So that things you have to observe in terms of correlation of time frame. Is it clear? So two different time frames are always required to understand the proper market. So what are the correlated time frame? Means you have to adjust two screens. If you are observing weekly chart, then you should have another chart as 180-minute chart. If you are observing quarterly chart, then another chart is weekly chart. If you are observing yearly chart, then here the chart should be monthly chart. So that always you have to remember. If you think that daily the stock is going to come down, if you feel that daily the stock is going to come down, then you should have 1 hour chart here. What are these lines that we will study afterwards? What is this importance of close price? That everything we study afterwards. But I want to clear that correlation. Why correlation of time frame is two different time frames should be used, and this order. This should be your order. If you are thinking that the stock is going to rise as per yearly chart, then you should have the monthly chart supporting chart. If you think that quarterly chart, as per quarterly, the stock is going to fall, then you should have weekly chart to understand whether it will fall or not. Means the thing is that, so these are the correlation you have to learn. It is very easy to remember. Now, the correlation, see higher time frame, if you divide these time frames, total time frames, these are the total time frames. Okay, if you divide, then these become half and these become another half. This is the middle one. Weekly chart is the middle chart. Okay, so whatever the signals you are getting as per weekly chart, one should not ignore. Whatever the signals, signaling, if weekly chart is signaling that stock is going to rise, then the stock definitely there is a buy. You have to think for that.
I'm not getting it. Can you please repeat?
Okay, weekly chart is always important. Whatever the signal generated as per weekly chart, we should not ignore.
Okay.
Right? We should use it. We should try to use it. Correct? Huh? So weekly chart is very important chart. Is it clear? If your trades are as per weekly chart, you won't go wrong. Okay. Middle stump is weekly charts. When the people cricketer they take the guard, correct? Whenever they play forward or backward, whatever it is, they always think for middle stump. Okay, is it clear? They play, but they should know the middle stump anyhow. Correct? Like that, one should know weekly chart properly. Suppose if you are thinking that stock is going to rise and weekly chart is not saying you buy, not giving you any indication of buy, then the stock won't rise. Okay, it will fall. So here, for example, LT was showing you, today LT was showing you me that the stock is going to fall. LT was showing me stock is going to fall because see, this blue line is below, yellow line is below, white line. This is a green line is below, uh, red line. I will explain you later on. Correct? Now all these parts. I feel that the stock is going to fall. Okay, so one can short sell. Is it clear? One can short sell that stock. Is it clear? Have you understood? So now the question is that, so we have divided this chart into two parts. One is yearly, quarterly, monthly, and another is daily H3, H1. Here weekly is the middle stump. So always you have to, whenever you take any trade, you should know the weekly chart. What is where the weekly chart? If the stock, if your trade is as per weekly chart, you won't go wrong. Is it clear? So weekly chart should support your action. Somewhere support it should support your action. Is it clear? Weekly chart should always support your action. There is completely supporting, partially supporting, whatever it is, but it should be supporting you. Correct? It should be supporting you. It must support you. Correct? Then only the trade will be correct. Otherwise, it will be wrong. Have you understood? How to take a support of weekly, that is another part that we will discuss afterwards. Okay. Now Now I'm taking another concept here. Mummy weekly chart. These three charts. These three charts are like analyzing chart. Means staff cannot take a decision of company. Manager, higher authorities always take the decision. And lower authorities daily H3 and H1 they have to take action. Means what? Analyzing part when it comes, analyzing should be done as per yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly. And action should be done as per H3 chart. And here daily chart or H3 chart or H1 chart. If you try to act as per H1 chart, you will be too early. And if you try to act as per daily chart, you will be late. Not completely late, but late. Is it clear? Means what? What happens generally? Stock rise, its daily chart comes in buy, and tomorrow you think that I'm going to buy the stock. But in the opening only, the stock goes up 3% up. Then you won't buy. The person cannot able to buy that because he thinks that I should get a lower price. 3% up. It is already stock is 3% up. How can he buy? So because and hence daily chart sometimes gives you late signaling. H1 chart it gives you early signal, but there is a problem. Sometimes H1 chart gives you signal, but of buy or sell. Suppose it is buy, the stock won't rise. It gives you signaling you buy, but stock price won't rise. It will remains in the range bound. But when H3 chart gives you buy, suddenly the stock start rising. So instead of concentrating on daily and H1, you concentrate on H3. Is it clear? Because daily chart will give you late signal, H1 chart will give you early signal, but sometimes there is no rise, so suddenly the stock goes up and again comes down. So always there is a fluctuation, and when H3 comes in buy, then stocks start rising as per H1 also. So instead of looking at H1 or daily, you go for H3 chart. Is it clear? So our main action chart is as a trader, positional trader. H3 is a main chart, main action chart. Scalping also, when you are taking a scalping, you should consider H3 chart. You should know the H3 chart. Okay, so then only the scalping can be done. Intraday trader also should know the H3 chart. So all the H3 chart is very important as a main action chart. Then this is a weekly is a main analyzing chart. Weekly is as we are discussing main analyzing chart. So weekly H3 correlation, weekly plus H3 correlation is the best correlation for executing the trade. So your front screen should be always weekly H3 chart. First front screen should be always weekly H3 chart. So whenever you start the computer as a positional trader, you should have weekly and H3 chart as a front screen. Then if you get a good hands-on training, means if you concentrate on a weekly H3 combination properly, then you can take any trade easily. So you have to understand the movement of weekly and H3. Other charts are supporting charts. Main action chart is weekly and H3. Means what? If you think as per quarterly, if you think as per quarterly chart, suppose stock X is bullish as per quarterly and monthly chart. If you're observing the chart quarterly and monthly, you feel that means that feeling you require a study of indicators. Then I'm going to explain you some concepts. Then you will come to that feeling, correct now? But as if you're observing quarterly and monthly chart, your feeling is suppose the stock is good, bullish. You feel that stock is bullish. But suppose if weekly and H3 charts, both charts, correct na? Remains in sale mode, then stock will remain in sale. Stock will remain in sale. Sale means what? Will fall. And it will turn the movement as per weekly plus S3 will turn bullishness of, means it will turn quarterly and monthly also. Monthly and quarterly both charts. Monthly or quarterly chart and quarterly chart. Means what? Suppose if you feel that stock X is the bullish as per quarterly chart and monthly chart, but suppose of the same chart, if weekly and H3 comes in sale mode, that is showing you sale, suppose, then automatically the result will come into, when you see the chart, you will find that weekly and H3 is going down, and quarterly and monthly the stock is not taking support and the whole thing scenario is changed. Whatever the bullish scenario of quarterly and monthly has changed. So that much power it weekly and H3 has. So means now see, if you check here, Nifty, Bank Nifty, was bullish as per quarterly and monthly, but suddenly weekly and H3 started giving you sale, and then you check the monthly chart saying you sale, even quarterly chart saying you sale going down. So whole scenario has been changed. Is it clear? So always you have to think for weekly and H3 what a weekly and H3 can say you. Similarly, vice versa, Cadilla. I'll show you the example. Quarterly and weekly, quarterly and monthly, it was bearish. It was bearish. Jindal Steel. You can take an example of Jindal Steel. You can take the example of Jindal Steel. Here it was bearish, but suddenly weekly and H3 started giving you buy and stock turned into bullish. So that power it may have. So you should have the means whole scenario will change of higher time frame. Means market works on weekly and H3 and then the scenario created by weekly and H3 continues, then the quarterly and monthly scenario can be changed. So market will move as per weekly and H3 chart. Other charts are supporting. Other charts are like a supporting. Means suppose quarterly, then there is a monthly chart, then in stock A, in stock A, quarterly is favor buy, monthly is also favor buy. Stock B, quarterly favors buy, monthly do not favor buys, it favors sale. Stock C, quarterly favor sale, monthly also say favor sale. D stock, quarterly favor buy, sorry, quarterly favor sale and monthly favor buy. So these are four different type of stocks, category of stocks. And in all four category, above all four category, weekly and H3 chart shows you buy. Weekly plus H3 chart shows you buy. Then which stock we should buy?
A.
Which one?
A.
Which one? A, C, D,
A.
A. Correct now. We should select buy. A should be selected. And if H3 and weekly and H3 shows you sale, then which stock should be selected for sale?
C.
Okay. Is it clear? So
Mm.
if it is buy action, if your action is buy, then this is the first one to select. And this is your second one to select, and this is your third one to select. Suppose if you want to give preference, and this is your fourth one is to select. Means when weekly and H3 gives you buy, means what there is a buy. So but here the buying will be very slow. And if you are to sell, then if your action is sale, then this should be first. Then this should be last.
B is the second.
So D is the second. And B is the third. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Means it is like a boy want to buy a bike. Mother says and father says, okay, buy the bike. Suddenly he will buy. Immediately he will go and buy. But mother and father says, no, he can't buy. But father says buy, but mother says no. Then he will try to convince mother. Okay, so that
Yes.
the thing. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, as a suppose if you want to go with investor, if you are thinking as an investor, then every month end, we should use quarterly and monthly correlation. Every month end, and we should select the stars. Correct? Falana falana is buy, falana falana is sell. That way you should. I'm going to explain how it is, but this is the one part. Correct? Na? Correlation of time frame. Then, if you are in between during market hours, we should have weekly and HC. And year end, we should check yearly and monthly. Monthly and daily and H1 do not have much significance. Okay. See, there is another correlation monthly and daily. Monthly and daily. Daily and H1. These two correlations are sometimes, not every time you should use, means if you try to use every time, definitely the thing will go into wrong. Correct na? Correct? Means trades will be lost. Total ledger will be lost. Correct na? See, if you trade as per weekly H3 or H3 plus 15 minutes, result will be good. Means if you trade 10, if you make a 10 trades as per weekly H3, and if 8 goes wrong, only 2 goes correct, then also your ledger will be positive. Okay, generally weekly H3 correlation gives you 80 to 90% result. Your trades won't go wrong. Is it clear? If you think weekly H3 properly, then trades will not be wrong. So 95% trades will be correct. But you have to reach at the time. At the you require fast observation. Suddenly you should able to analyze. How to analyze easily, that I am going to explain you. Correct now? Is it clear? So these are the correlation that you have to use as a these are the correlation you have to use every day. Correct now? On this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now this is about the correlation of time frames. Now we'll study about the trend. Trends. There are three types of trends: uptrend, downtrend, and sideways trend. In uptrend, stock makes higher highs and higher lows. Higher lows and higher highs. In downtrend, stock makes lower highs and lower lows.
Uptrend we can call the bullish market, no bullish. They called as a bull,
Bull.
correct? No.
And down
For the downtrend, what they are calling
bearish.
bearish. Okay. Yeah.
They uptrend you can call it bullish.
Yeah, bullish.
Okay. And downtrend you can call it as bearish. So called as a bearish. And sideways trend you can say range bound. Means what? There is no significance, proper significance of highs and lows. There is no proper significance of highs and lows. Means they don't show anything properly. Now see here. If you observe this chart, Nifty Bank. As for this, highs we are decreasing and lows started going lower. Lows started going lower. Highs were going lower. So it is downtrend.
Hello. 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 Hello.
This
हाँ
conference
तुमचा
will
आवाज
now
येत
be
नव्हता मला
recorded.
अजिबात.
Okay. Some network
Can you please
problem.
repeat this chart? What you said again? Because I
Downtrend.
can't hear. Ah, downtrend. Yeah.
Downtrend. I'm explaining downtrend, uptrend. Okay, just 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, this stock we recommend to buy because lows started going up. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Lows are going higher and higher. Highs are also going higher and higher. So it is in uptrend. Okay. Now this stock. Highs are going lower. Highs are going lower. Lows are also going lower. It is in downtrend. Is it clear? Then here highs, there is no significance. Lows, there is no significance. Correct? So these highs are going higher and again going, lows are going higher and again going lower. Here highs are going higher and again going lower, again going higher. So there is no proper significance in the trend. So means as per highs and lows, one cannot able to determine the trend. So such a stock is called as a range bound stock. Then what we should do? Our action, our main thing is what we should do when there is uptrend. When there is uptrend, then we should buy stocks on decline. Means when the stocks goes down, you should buy. Means Apollo Hospital, when it is market comes down and the price comes down above Apollo Hospital, we should buy. Means that gives opportunity to buy on decline. Uptrend stocks gives you opportunity to buy on decline. Means whenever the market comes down, you should have the list of uptrend stocks, means stocks which are in uptrend trend. And whenever they comes down, market comes down, you should buy and hold. Is it clear? Have you understood?
Okay, okay.
What is the price to buy that?
Uptrend position, we no need to buy. We have to keep record, and when it's going down, that time we have to buy. We have to
Yeah,
buy.
uptrend, when it is going up, you should not buy. Correct? When it comes down, you can buy.
Okay. But
Okay.
uptrend we can sell also, no? If we are getting price, then we can sell.
You are getting price, then you can book a profit loss. Okay. Downtrend. Now, when there is a downtrend, then we should short sell the stock. Means we should have the list of the stocks to short sell and buy. How to find out that list, that I'm going to, it is a part of the course, correct? But now you should not short sell. Short sell means you understood, na? Short sell means you understood. Have you understood short sell?
No. Can you please repeat?
Hello?
Can you please
Have you
repeat?
understood, have you understood short sell?
No. Can you please report them the short sale?
Short sell means the stocks which you don't have, that also you can sell. I have explained in the first chapter.
Ah, okay.
Okay. See, the stock which you don't have, then and if I feel that the stock is going to come down, then you can short sell also.
Okay.
And then if you are short selling the stock, means it shares, then you should square up within the day.
Hmm.
I've given you video and you check it
Yeah, yeah,
properly again.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So short sell is possible in downtrend stocks. We should not short sell those the stocks which are in uptrend. बढ़ने वाले स्टॉक को आपको शॉर्ट सेल नहीं करना है, गिरने वाले स्टॉक्स को आपको शॉर्ट सेल करना है, बढ़ने वाले स्टॉक्स को गिरता है तो बाय करना है, और गिरने वाले बेरिश स्टॉक्स को बढ़ता है तो सेल करना है. साइडवेज ट्रेंड में क्या होता है दैट यू हैव टू फॉलो trend of immediate higher time frame chart. Means what? Suppose if you feel as per stock is sideways as per daily chart and bullish as per immediate higher time frame chart, that is weekly chart, then we should buy. मतलब स्टॉक्स डेली के चार्ट के हिसाब से आपको ट्रेंड नहीं बता रहा है कुछ, लेकिन वीकली के चार्ट के हिसाब से आपको ट्रेंड बता रहा है बुलिश का, तो हमें बाय करना चाहिए. करेक्ट. एंड द स्टॉक इज साइडवेज एज पर डेली चार्ट एंड बेरिश एज पर वीकली चार्ट, तो हमें शॉर्ट सेल करना चाहिए. करेक्ट. सो वी शुड यूज अ ट्रेंड ऑफ हायर टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट. मींस ना अभी देखो एग्जांपल आई विल शो यू. This stock at this level there is no significance, but quarterly chart lows are going down, highs are going down, so quarterly short chart is showing you bearishness. Means what? The stock you have to sell, you have to short sell. So you have to go to immediate high time frame chart. Now I'll show you. This is bullish trend. Stock is going higher high. Here there is a sideways. There is no highs are not increasing. Highs are not going higher. And lows are also not going higher. Or highs are not going lower and lows are not going lower. Everything is unpredictable. Then what we should go? You have to go to yearly chart. Higher time frame is yearly, and you have to check what is that. There is a sideways. Here also there is a sideways, but it is bullish. If higher time frame is also sideways, then you have to go to higher time frame chart. That way you have to follow. Have you understood? This is about the trend. How to determine the trend? That trend that we will discuss afterwards. So you should know the definition of trend. Now, what is mean by stop loss? Suppose if you are buying, stop loss is nothing but the possibility of trend reversal. It is nothing but the possibility of trend reversal. It is a possibility of trend reversal. Matlab, if the stock is going bullish, this stock is going bullish. It is going as per weekly chart. Then lows are increasing, lows are going higher, highs are also going higher. Means it is bullish as per weekly chart. It's a weekly chart. Is it clear? So,
Sir, can you minimize this one? Go to meeting that app so I can see that our weekly chart. Because now I cannot see this. Your that frame is coming for this. Go to meeting. No, can you minimize this one?
okay, just one
No,
minute.
I have to minimize. No, I cannot do it. You can do
Okay,
minimize?
I
No,
minimized.
it's still appearing for me.
How come? Screen is my screen showing that you cannot able to see the I minimize. Now check.
View in full screen. No, it's not minimizing. The palette is coming half screen. That go to meeting. No, so I cannot see this chart here. Weekly chart. Okay,
Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute.
I cannot do this minimize.
1 minute.
Uh,
This one.
now I can see. Okay.
Okay. So this is weekly chart. Correct na?
Hmm.
So it is going up. Bullish. Now it is going up. Suppose. Correct na? Uptrend.
Hmm.
So possibly, what is the possibility when it will go into downtrend? If it goes below this price, then it can go into downtrend. If the price, this stock comes down and falls below this price, then you can say that stock is going to go into downtrend. Have you understood?
Okay.
So this becomes your stop loss. Now for buy trade, significant low is a stop loss. Now suppose Nifty, so 1 minute, I'll show you bearish stop loss. Now this stock is going up. If you check properly, these lows are higher and highs are higher. So it is going up.
Hmm.
But when it will go into downtrend, if the price goes below this level, then it can go into downtrend. Have you understood? So that become your stop loss for buy trade. Now this stock is going down.
Hmm.
So when this stock will go up, this stock is going down. So what is the possibility that stock can go up? This is the possibility that if it sustain above this level, then the stock can go up. Okay. Means if it comes in between, in this level, then stock can go up. So that significant high become your stop loss. Means what is the possibility when the trend can reverse? That is your stop loss. Have you understood? I'm going to explain you afterwards all these things. So significant highs and significant lows are always stop loss. Suppose example, price has gone down to 40 and started rising. It become 42. Again it becomes 41. It becomes 43. It becomes 44. it becomes 48, it becomes 47, it becomes 44. Correct? Now, when this price can go down, if it goes below 40, then only the price can go down. Have you understood? In between, if it keeps on fluctuating, then it can go up again. If it goes below 40, then only the price can go down. Again, it can come to 45, it can go to 49. So it can fluctuate in between, but this 40 become your stop loss. Is it clear?
Okay.
So significant low made for the rally is a stop loss for buy, and significant high made in a particular rally is a stop loss for short sell. It is explained in the book.
Okay.
Okay, have you understood?
Yes.
We'll stop here. Your question? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll stop and then you just go through the videos, correct? Now, because
Yeah,
these
correct,
topics are
correct.
very important.
Yeah.
Okay, they are very